Cordillera is Spanish for an extensive chain of mountains or mountain ranges. It comes from cordilla, which means little cord or cuerdas, like our cuerdas ng gitara or guitar string. Spanish conquistadores must have used the term Cordillera to refer to this region in northern Luzon because it is traversed by chains of mountains which look like little cords, an area which they just could not conquer despite many attempts. The cultures of the Cordillerans are one of the oldest and remain the most preserved and distinct. The mountains helped the Cordilleras of old from the occupation of the conquering Spaniards. The Americans also recognized Cordillera as a distinct region. It is the people of the Cordillera, now and then, who address themselves according to the tribe or clan, like the Ipayao, or from the Payao or terraces, Ilaud, or from the west, Ifugao, or Ipugo, which means people of the earth. Cordillerans in the mid-20th century formed Bibak, which stands for Benguet, Ifugao, Bontoc, Apayao, Kalinga. Bibak remains the biggest Cordilleran group in the world. Under President Ferdinand Marcos, the Cordillera was divided. Abra, Mountain Province, and Benguet, including Baguio City, were lumped with the Ilocos region, while the provinces of Ifugao, Kalinga, and Apayao were under the Cagayan Valley region. The Cordillera was the source of forest and mineral products. Primarily, it was the search for gold which lured the Spaniards and the Americans to these parts. Cordillera is also the watershed of the north, the source of the major rivers and dams in Luzon. The seed of autonomy was spawned from the struggles of the Cordillerans to be recognized as a distinct people. The call for autonomy rang as clear as the gongs of protest during the Marcos years. In the struggle to save the forest from the clear-cutting operations of the Celluphil Resources Corporation and to protect the farm and ancestral lands of the Kalingas from the Chico River Basin Project. Land is life was the clamor of the Cordillera martyr Macliing Dulag, a peace pact holder who was killed for opposing the Chico Dam. In an effort to quell insurgency in 1986, President Aquino sent her men, including Defense Secretary Fidel Ramos, to dialogue with the Cordillera Bodong administration and the Cordillera People's Liberation Army, which just split from the New People's Army. In that famous sipat or exchange of tokens at the Mount Data Inn to signify the start of peace talks, the Mount Data Peace Accord of 1986 was forged between the government and the CBOD and the CPLA led by its charismatic chief, Father Conrado Balweg. Also, the Philippine Constitution was newly ratified in February 1987, and among the new provisions was the establishment of autonomous regions in Muslim Mindanao and in the Cordillera. The Cordillera People's Alliance was among those who lobbied for autonomy in the Constitution. In July 1987, President Aquino issued Executive Order 220 creating the Cordillera Administrative Region or CAR to administer the affairs of regional government, to accelerate socio-economic growth and development and prepare the region for autonomy. EO 220 also created the Cordillera Executive Board to serve as executive arm with the Cordillera Bodong Administration as a special commission under it and the Cordillera Regional Assembly to serve as a policy-making body. Thus, the Aquino government acknowledged the need for autonomy to bring peace and development in the Cordillera.
The people of the Cordilleras fail even up to today to take advantage of the provisions of the Constitution.
The stage was all set for Cordillera autonomy. However, successive organic acts for the Cordillera Autonomous Region were rejected in plebiscites held January 13, 1990 and again in March 1998. In July 2000, President Joseph Estrada signed an executive order winding up operations of the CEB, CRA, and CBOD. There was a feeling then that these bodies were deactivated because they failed to prepare the region for autonomy. To feel the need for administrative governance, President Gloria Arroyo signed Executive Order 30 on July 30, 2001, creating the Regional Development Council, or RDC, as development coordinator of the region. The RDC is composed of top local chief executives, regional line agency heads, civil society leaders, and representatives of private sectoral groups. The RDC also served as the forum where local efforts can be linked with the national development agenda. The RDC is a professional and technical working group. It is mandated to advance the socio-economic and cultural development of the region by directing convergence on key focus areas.
The KFAs are the areas of focus of the Cordillera Regional Development Plan, namely physical integration. This refers to road building. The other KFA is good governance, improving our administrative capability. Then another KFA is our bannering car as the watershed cradle of North Luzon. And another KFA is our aspiration to be a major energy producer, especially hydro-based, in line with our aspiration to exploit as far as we can our natural resources, especially water, for the benefit of Cordillerans. Banner Cordillera as the prime education center, knowledge-based industries as another key focused area of development. We also have agro-industrial activities as another KFA.
RDC decided to renew the pursuit for autonomy during the strategic planning workshop in March 2006, again at the historic Mount Data Hotel. RDC members believed an autonomous government in line with provisions of the Philippine Constitution will bring about meaningful development for the Cordillera. To give it a third try, the RDC must learn from the failed attempts. In 2007, the RDC did a baseline survey on the readiness for regional autonomy. More than half of the respondents were aware of the constitutional provisions for Cordillera autonomy, and 3/4 knew about EO 220. Awareness, however, is not equal to approval. In the same survey, asked how they would vote if a similar plebiscite would be held, only a fifth said yes. It was worth noting that majority would change their no to yes if the contents of the Organic Act will be explained clearly, if the contents of the new Organic Act would be acceptable, if the local governments can prove that they can deliver basic public services better than central government, if credible people will campaign for autonomy, and if there would be transparency in the drafting of the new Organic Act. This means that the people hunger for more information on regional autonomy, and their apprehensions have to be cleared.
If a new Organic Act would be enacted by Congress of the Philippines, and then it will be submitted for ratification, it won't have any chance at all unless there is going to be, first of all, an information campaign to be carried out in all the areas of the region. The information campaign should be aimed at informing the people of the advantages and disadvantages of becoming an autonomous region.
The RDC is also exploring other options such as amendment of EO 220 through Congress and amendment of EO 30 through a presidential issuance. The autonomy campaign is also on track with the major goals of the medium-term regional development plan. The last focus, cultural integrity, can result to greater recognition and appreciation of the region's diverse cultural heritage. The strength of Cordillera, after all, lies in its cultural heritage, one factor not emphasized in past autonomy campaigns.
If we can develop a kind of autonomy that is better than the present setup, in many respects, this should be able to elevate some developments to a better level. I would understand autonomy kasi to mean people have better control of their socio-cultural, their political, and their economic life. Then they should be able to decide what is better for them. I do not doubt the collective wisdom of people. They can, if given an opportunity, a chance to exercise their full potentials, I'm sure that our region also would follow suit in terms of how development would proceed.
Regional autonomy means that powers, functions, duties, and responsibilities of national government would be transferred or devolved to a regional autonomous government along with financial resources and enabling administrative control. The quiet success of the RDC has shown that regional autonomy can be possible without funfair. Mountain Province and Ifugao, formerly among the poorest provinces nationwide, have since graduated from the so-called Club 20 and are on their way to prosperity. The Cordilleran warrior of old has been known for being courageous, going to war if their lives, their kin, and their clan were in danger. The new Cordilleran warrior is armed with knowledge and technical know-how and in consonance with other Cordillerans. He is ready to protect the community birthright from being considered a mere resource base by other groups.
The Cordillera is #1 in the PRC among the different 17 regions of our country. We have a lot of manpower who are talented. We have a lot of entrepreneurs who are skilled. We have a lot of old people who are wise enough to advise us on how to do things. And so, I sincerely feel that we are ready for autonomy.
We will not lose anything. On the other hand, we will be adding some benefits to the existing benefits that we are receiving. At the same time, we are giving more authority and independence to our own region, to our own selves, to manage our own selves, our natural resources for our own benefit.
Cordillera means little cord, and these little cords would have to unite to make itself invincible. All of us should know what's good for us and our region. It is our duty to know more about autonomy. Participate in the debate and contribute your ideas on how to make autonomy work for us. The time for autonomy is now.